Hey there, just doing a little reading here in the morning, and wanted to share something with you. I haven't really talked with you guys yet about Holacracy, and um, I've had a huge interest and passion around organizations and their structure and how people work together for a lot longer than I've been a raw food chef, and I've been doing raw food chefing for like 14 years. So it's been a while that I started my interest in organizations and their structure. So just reading this book, Holacracy, rereading it. I did a training, 5-day workshop in the spring, and it was awesome. And it kind of delivered what I was hoping for. I've also studied another organization structure called sociocracy, and did some trainings with that also years ago, and it just didn't really didn't really deliver what I was wanting it to. It kind of, as I learned more, I saw its weaknesses, and um, it 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 has some pretty big gaps in um, how it functions and what I would want it to do. Um, Something, for example, I would want an organization structure as a way to scale it so that it can grow, and that there's kind of like an ability to duplicate. Been learning a lot about duplication through network marketing, which is actually really cool. But anyways, so there was a kind of a quote here that I wanted to share, and it's the fundamental core to one of the key concepts to holacracy, and it is this. So this is on page 21. Uh, this is the shift at the heart of holacracy. The recognition that when the core authority structure and processes of an organization fundamentally hold space for everyone to have and use power, and do not allow anyone, even the leader, to co-opt power of others, then we no longer need to rely on leaders who empower others. Instead, we have something much more powerful, a space where we can all find our own empowerment in a system that protects the space regardless of the actions of any one individual, whatever his or her position. I don't know if that makes any sense for you, but I feel like the simplest way to say that is one of the core parts of holacracy. The shift at the heart of holacracy is that it creates a space where an individual can find their own empowerment. I think that's fascinating because the structures, from my experience, do that. They do that. They're there in place, and they support people in finding where you are empowered, because whenever you're working with a group of people, it's kind of awful in some ways to think that there isn't any area that you can be totally autonomous within. It doesn't actually, reality is not structured like that. Here with like plants and organizations and organisms, there's always some level of autonomy. There's areas where there isn't autonomy, but there's always an area where there is autonomy. Autonomy being like an individual or a being's ability to express freely and to behave freely as they choose. So where does that level arise? And so actually one of the things it does is it provides the space and some of the tools to support an individual in finding that. And then also there's also tools within the structure to reshape even the organization itself as it itself comes to understand and evolve its own purpose. So anyways, hope you enjoyed that little tidbit. I'm in a greenhouse camping out where I'm camping right now. It's great. Love greenhouses, and sleeping in a greenhouse is totally my style. Alright folks, see you later. Thanks for joining me.